A grisly murder happening months ago at your family's cottage house out in the countryside has forever stained your family's name. Now, a few weeks ago, you receive a letter asking to come help and claim their innocence.
Oh,
Let's go! Okay. So, the day is Saturday, March the 2nd of 1929. Approximately, for both your characters' sakes, this is 8 months after Arthur Blackwood, a distant relative to Kenty's character, was arrested for the murder of his wife. You enter the law office of Joseph Klein, the person who is tackling the case for Arthur Blackwood. In his office, you have a nice, breathtaking view of 1920s New York. You see the bustling skyscrapers that are being built, and some wonderful scenic scenes out on the the roads below.
blah, 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 and
Okay.
In 1920s, surprisingly common.
wow.
Okay.
Joseph Klein, he is a tall, slender figure. As he turns around and he offers you a seat by his desk. This is like his own solo office. There's no other desks in here. There's a few bookcases with files and folders, books on law. There's pictures of him with famous clients that he's worked with in the past, and there's stuff hanging around the wall and stuff. Sat on top of Klein's desk, you see a large box with intricate, strange wheels with buttons sat upon it, tape strewed around one into the other, and other divots in the box as well. So as you both sit down, Klein sits down and goes, "Thank you for coming. As you're aware, Arthur Blackwood is facing the electric chair. I'm here today with you to try to negotiate a life-term prison sentence, but the outlook on that is pretty bleak."
I am Vela the Sailor Man. Woman. Okay. So as I am aware, my distant cousin's person was murdered, right? And you would like us to do what exactly?
Well, Arthur Blackwood was accused of murdering his wife, which I assume would probably be a distant relative-in-law. He claims innocence on all accounts of this murder, and, well, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm humoring a small little request of his. He, points to the box. This is a relatively new invention, a magnetic voice recorder. You can use them to record conversations and have them played back at a future time of your choosing. I've mainly used it for talking with my defendants as a way of recording their proper terms and for use in court. They are relatively new, not for commercial consumption at the minute, but one of the companies is a client of ours, and so we've been able to get access to a prototype. Um, Arthur does have a message for you, and unless you guys have any questions, or we could wait until afterwards.
Yes, yes. My distant cousin to relative. How I missed her so. She was so great. I walk up to the table, shake the box. Before we dive deep into the finalities of what's in this box, you know, sailing doesn't come cheap. You know, taking care of a ship, a crew, and all that takes a good kind of coin. So, before we go in talking, investigating, and this, what's the pay?
The pay
Yes.
right now is, well, Arthur and his immediate family, your cousins and relatives, they are paying ourselves a sum of $20, which I think is about 500 USD in today's currency. That would obviously be poured onto you, whether you can prove that Arthur is, in fact, innocent in this whole matter.
Yes, yes. That does sound very nice of a reward. Could we, I don't know, double it, and then maybe I would have an interest in this adventure?
Do you want to give me a persuade roll or a charm roll or something of like that manner?
Do I have to hit specifically, or just with the dice?
Just with the dice. No, not with the dice. Sorry. If you go to your skills, and then choose either charm or persuade, whichever one you're trying to do.
Okay. So I just click on the number.
Yes.
I guess it should be persuade because that is what I'm trying to do. Where is there it is.
That's a fail. Unless you want to spend 8 of your luck. But I wouldn't recommend it so far.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm feeling generous. It is family after all. I guess I will take the deal. So, what is in this box, we should say?
But this box, as you put it down, he like kind of straightens it back up again and messes with like the black tape that's like string between the two to like kind of align it again. This is a recording from Arthur that he wished to play to you both today. And he like presses it. The wheels start to spin and like ever so slowly you start hearing like the crackle and like eventually what Kenty Ovella would recognize as Arthur's voice. You hear, cousin, please, you must help me. I can't explain it. I've never believed the stories, for they were too fantastic to be real. But
fast forward.
Wow. he swats your hand away as he like. There's no fast forward button actually. He just swats your hand away though still. The Blackwood family line is both blessed and cursed. A genie lives in the cellar of the family cabin, but to control it, you must find my ring. I dropped it, I think, in the cellar, maybe. Please find my ring and prove to the police that this genie exists. I implore you. Find my ring. It's the only way you can prove my innocence. As like the end of the tape kind of like reels off the front one and like the recording kind of comes to a close.
Okay.
Well, they couldn't have dropped it in a more convenient place like the living room or something?
Right? I agree here. I would more than happily want to look for it. Is there any way I could use my spot hidden ability
Uh,
to check
not.
the room for the ring, or?
Well, you're not in the actual cabin that this ring was dropped.
Oh, okay.
At the minute, you can give me a spot hidden if you want. I can give you maybe like some names of some books that you find on like the bookcase or something.
Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that then.
But you don't have to.
I have to. Okay.
So after this recording, Joseph also produces a manila folder and kind of opens it up in front of you, moving the box to the side. Inside, you see like witness testimonies. You see Arthur's own like testimony of what's happened on the day of the murder. And you also find a photograph of the cellar of the Blackwood cabin. What it shows on the actual image is dark earthen walls lined with shelves of books, jars, glasses, a bunch of stuff that would normally be stored inside of a cellar, with a white floor of crushed shells and gravel. In the image, you kind of see, although there is no body, you find a large amount of blood that is splashed and splattered across the floor. It looks like visceral. The amount of like the kind of like the description, it looks like there's been a massive struggle, and it looks horrific.
Okay.
It's just a picture on the
Is it?
table.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got like a few handwritten testimonies of witnesses and Arthur, and you've got the picture.
Okay, I hold up the picture. This house looks very expensive. How come I never been over to a family reunion for a house like this? Oh, I mean, I guess I should talk about the stuff that's in the photo, other than the jewels and whatnot. Yes, very tragic. What kind of things are we supposed to be looking for besides the ring? Are we going to be expecting anything else?
The police have already done their investigation, and as you can see, there is no such thing as a genie. It's merely fairy tales. Arthur was probably under a lot of stress, and probably ended up snapping and brutally murdering his wife. So the investigation has already been concluded, and all you would need to do is supposedly find this ring. Arthur seems to believe that finding this ring is what is going to be proving his innocence. I also have, and he produces like a little letter or an envelope with a key to the cabin and a letter granting you, like a warrant granting you access.
Before we go any further, I would like to hear from my associate here. I don't even know her name, so how could I work with someone and I don't even know who they are?
Oh, my apologies. Nice to meet you, Vela. I am Twilight. Sorry I'm so quiet. It's just analyzing the room.
I see. And then I have another few questions. What is your stake in all this? Why are you trying to help? Like, what is your angle in all this?
Oh, I have no angle at all. I'm just here to just do a little bit of research and understand the situation that's going on here.
Twilight has helped
How would you? Yeah.
in previous cases, so that is why we're bringing her on to the day. I'm assuming is probably what we're rolling with, as we kind of talked a little bit about it last night, but I don't know what stuck.
And you, lawyer, Mr. Lawyer, are you a lawyer? Are you a real lawyer? Have you solved any cases before? Like,
His face kind of scrunches a little bit at this, like, can't you see the pictures? I've worked with a lot of famous celebrities, and in other famous
I
instances.
never heard of these people before. So what is your stake in this? Why do you want this ring? Why don't you go get it yourself if you're so adamant that he just made up the whole thing?
I'm merely the lawyer in this situation, and this is something that Arthur has requested you go and do yourself.
Hmm.
I have a question. When was the last that we've seen Arthur? When was he last seen?
Arthur is currently in the New York prison, and it has been probably, well,
Are we
probably
able to go see Arthur in the prison?
Are we able to, are we able to probe like some questions in this matter since he's in prison at the moment?
I can certainly whip up some documents allowing you to see and interview Mr. Blackwood if that is so required.
Yeah, I think it might be in our best interest to hear his side of the story just before we jump into some hoops that we may not have to jump
agree.
into.
There is probably another side of the story we haven't heard, and it could be from him. So.
I also forgot to mention you would also be given handout 1, which is the newspaper. One sec.
Newspaper?
You should see on the screen now.
Ooh, newspaper.
Basically, it's the front it's the top part. Grisly Whitehall murder. A prominent New York attorney, Arthur Blackwood, was arrested yesterday and charged with the murder of his wife, Rosemary. Mr. Blackwood was discovered wandering the countryside near his family vacation cabin, located in Whitehall, New York. It is reported that Mr. Blackwood was disorientated and covered in blood. On arrival, the local sheriff discovered evidence of the heinous murder of Mrs. Blackwood, despite the disappearance of her body. When questioned about his wife's whereabouts, Mr. Blackwood was unable to respond. That is also a newspaper that's sat on his desk, sorry.
After you're done talking, you see me mouthing, making fun of you with my hand, mouthing blah, 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 blah.
Do you want this interview with Mr. Blackwood or not?
Yes, I'm just teasing. Yes, I do want this.
But yes, my associate here is just having a bit of fun.
Right. If you would forgive me for one moment, I must step outside and make a phone call. As he steps out of his little office, and you can hear him pass down the hallway. Do you want to describe your characters and what you look like while this is happening? Should we start off with Vela?
Yes, I didn't really get to introduce myself to you, Twilight. I am Vela, one of the finest sailors and captains on the 7 seas. I am in seek of treasure, gold, things that just makes me twinkle. And I enjoy a good hard coat. I let it hang off my back. I don't know if a famous anime in the future will coin this kind of look, but I would like to think that people would really enjoy this kind of look, and maybe in the future though.
It was shamelessly stolen 90 years into the future, or 70 years into the future. You walk past like the father of the guy who made the anime and goes, I should use this.
He's like, that was my idea. I came up with it first. All these young people still have ideas.
Stole my ideas.
Perfect.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Vela. Of course, yes, my name is Twilight. I'm here just to observe and just get some information into the matters of Mr. Blackwood. Just under the preferences of strict supervision. So, I do arrive. Have let's say a hooded bodysuit on, just typical stealth cover type wear. And just kind of is there any way I could also do a stealth check too, just for purposes?
If you want, yeah. Give me either a stealth or disguise. I would probably say, yeah.
Okay, let's do disguise. I'm wearing just a regular like hooded like type of laboratory coat type jacket. As I said before, type leggings. And so yeah, hair is pretty long, but it's tucked into the shirt. And I'm just kind of just watching, observing situation at hand. So it's lovely to meet both of you, of course.
I'd say, a few minutes go past and Mr. Klein comes back. He holds in his hand a document that he places in front of you, and it basically is like a written consent that you can go into the prison and you can interview Mr. Blackwood.
Okay, so can I put my arm around the shoulder of the lawyer, and I speak it to his ear. I want to let you know, if you have any involvement or try to screw us in any type of way, I will come back and kill you. Just to let you know, that's a captain guarantee.
He's just gonna look at you in like shock, like puzzled shock, and then just goes, "Yes, here is the written request that you require."
Samuel, thank you. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. What was your name again?
Joseph Klein.
Joseph John Klein.
Joseph John Klein. Noted.
Says like a little like plaque on his desk, Joseph John Klein. Like a picture, as you're saying this, there's like a picture behind him as well that's a portrait of him, and it just says Joseph John Klein as well, on like a plaque on there as well.
And I guess we will make our exit to the prison.
Coolio.
Yes. Let's go to the prison. We need some answers here.
Do either of you have a car?
I have a ship, but no car.
I have a car.
You have a car? Perfect.
Yeah.
Say you're able to drive over to the prison. You enter. Obviously,
Yes.
have speak to the warden with your document in hand. I'd say you've also took the other folder, the one with the photo and the written testimonies and stuff. And surely,
in here in hand.
about 5 minutes later, you get patted down. You get searched for anything.
Easy. I'm gonna have to charge you next time.
Obviously, they find your weapons on you unless you're actively trying to conceal them. At which obviously they all take off you and hold in safekeepings. And slowly they
Do
usher
not
you.
lose those. Those are very precious. Or I'm gonna have to,
We'll
collect.
keep them in nice little lockers for you. As he pats you down, removes the knife and places it on the table next to you. But shortly you get ushered into a small room. In this room, you see Arthur himself sat there, chained to the table, in his orange, the black and white jumpsuit, striped jumpsuit. He looks up.
What up, cousin? How are you? It's been a good couple of times since the last family reunion.
Vela,
I got an invite recently, so just wanted to know what happened.
It's lovely to see you. I heard that Joseph was able to assign this meeting with us. What's the occasion? Well, I know the occasion, but why come see me?
I just had some extra questions, that I just wanted to know before we dive into this adventure. When was the last time you and your wife had, undecent conversation? Did you have any, I don't know, ties or rocky relationships or something that you're just not revealing to the public?
No, I love my dear Rosemary. I would never lay a finger on her. It's absolutely preposterous that you assume that I would. I mean, you've been to the family
I'm not
meetings.
assuming.
We could.
I'm just asking. Just want to know. Just like maybe you got a little angry, came home a little tipsy. She said something that you didn't like. Maybe she, didn't cook a fancy meal or something, and you just,
Do you want to give me a psychology roll?
Sure. Is that in the skills?
Yes.
Let's see.
Oh wow. Okay, that is a hard success. You can
Yeah.
you can clearly tell that Arthur is not like Arthur is being completely truthful here. To the situation, he very deeply loved his wife. That you probably would have also have seen in like in family gatherings that you would have been invited to when you weren't out on like active duty or something. And you never really noticed any like you don't notice any intentions of like hurt or pain when he of bad intentions of pain or whatever when he's speaking of Rosemary.
Okay. I'm just teasing you, cousin. I gotta mess with you a little bit. I just wanted to test your resolve and with your wife and whenever she was very beautiful and all. Just cousin, family stuff. Tease.
I know you were always the joker, but Vela, you do have to realize I could get the chair for this.
I mean, it'd be a good break from the cell, I mean, it's not that bad. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so when was the last time you saw anyone? When was the last time you seen someone hanging out with Rosemary? Any friends that you didn't know of that she would be, you claimed that someone else, took her out. So, what people do you normally hang around with that would want to do harm to her? That's not you.
No one. I don't think. This whole place was, there was no one around. It was mine and Rosemary's turn to have the cabin, and from the stuff that we did, there wasn't anyone around. Not that I know of. It was the genie.
Yeah, where was the body of your wife?
Find the body. Like, what were you doing the day of, leading up to the murder?
Yes.
I was out. It was a nice summer, autumn day, and I was out there. I was out doing chopping the wood for the fire inside the house with my lovely wife, and
seem to be very stuttery today, cousin. You should know for sure that you would be cutting wood. You wouldn't be stumbling over your words if you wasn't anything around or involved.
Yes, I was chopping wood, and then I didn't want to get blisters on my hands, so I took off my rings and then I was in a police station.
So you're telling me you were chopping wood and things went blank, and now you're in a police station and you don't know what happened? So there's just a blank space in your brain?
I was... There was something, but I just can't remember. There was something.
Did you notice any, like, key word or name or something that was out of the ordinary when You found your wife dead.
The
I mean, sorry.
the
When
the,
you found Rosemary.
the genie. It was the genie. It was. I'm sure of it.
May I step in and ask for a moment of your time, Mr. Blackwood? Do you believe you were set up by this genie that you speak of?
I don't believe I was set up. No, I believe there was old fairy tales or myths that were passed down of the Blackwood family, that there was a genie in the basement. I mean, but there was no real. Obviously, it was all jokes and a bit of a laugh that you would tell the kids. But I'm very certain now that it's not. It's
Did this
real.
genie sing at all?
That no, it.
I'm just kidding. It's something I thought of. It'd be
May
funny
I-
if a genie was
May I
singing.
intrude? I would like to ask, were you granted any wishes by this genie you speak of?
The myths, they were the tales that were told of fortune and boldness for all of the Blackwood family. As long as the ring was on, we would be protected and cherished. But
Did you say you lost the ring? So how did the genie appear if there was no ring?
I agree. This is super suspicious. This genie sounds like a very interesting individual, so to speak.
As at the mention of the genie again, you can see his face start to get really like sullen and like gaunt. And he like clasps his head and he goes, "It was there, tearing her limb from limb. She was, this
awful.
The thing, it looked at me. It tore her arm and then her leg and then there was just everything everywhere. I splashed with blood and he lets out like this horrific scream. Can I have a sanity check from both of you, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under skill or?
On the main tab there should be sanity.
Do we do just a click on it?
Yeah, just a double click.
On the number?
On the number, and it should roll the dice for you.
It's not working for me.
It's not working for me either.
Are you clicking the current one or the max one?
Oh. Sorry, I was clicking max.
No worries. Yeah, if you click the current one.
Okay, thank you.
You succeeded. Both of you succeeded. Okay, you can both take one sanity, I'd say, for this. So if you click on it and then just type in the new number,
It'll be 98.
It'll be 64 for you, Twilight, and 44 for Vela.
Yeah.
Oops. I did not
No,
mean to do that.
You're fine. It happens. Then I want there to be a different way of like typing in stuff, or at least a way that I can manually change sanity. Well, I can manually
it's
change
64.
sanity.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
So yeah, you'd be editing your current sanity rather than the max one.
Yeah.
The game automatically handles the max one when you level up Cthulhu mythos and stuff. So
Gotcha. That is noted. I did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, I say as he's like starts this screaming and like tearing out his hair and like the light starts to like flicker and pulse and stuff. I'd say like two like wardens like storm in and like go, "Mr. Blackwood, please calm down. Come on, you two have to leave. Please let us handle him." And they kind of usher you out of the room.
Okay.
As you can hear him like screaming.
See you later,
and
cousin. I'll figure it out.
That is very unfortunate, Mr. Blackwood. What a disappointment.
and yeah, Are you wanting to head to the cabin now?
Well,
yes,
I
let's
think we got all the answers that we needed so far. I think the only way we're going to figure out more is by heading to the scene of the crime. I guess.
Yeah.
Can I have my stuff back now, Mister?
Oh, yeah, I'd say-
Policeman? I'm banging on the table.
Yes. So he like hands you like a key to the locker. Like, it's over in that corner right there, and you'll find all your stuff nice and neat.
You go get it. You took it from me, so bring it to me.
Give me a persuade roll. No, yeah, persuade or intimidate, whichever one you want.
I'll do intimidate. Let me see.
I would like
That's
to
a
roll for persuade.
What are you trying to persuade for?
For him to get it for us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you
Okay.
if you also want to roll,
Okay.
No.
that's a fail for you,
where's
Bella.
my
Are you wanting to push your luck or push
Nah, it's okay.
push the roll?
It's okay.
Wait, how do you roll on it? Oh wait, let me see.
So in the skills
There we go.
tab, there you are. All right. I will say we'll fast forward a little bit. You see two like big police officers like just pick up Vela and like at the front of the police station and just throw him out or throw her out. Sorry. As you like, and next to like you is like a burlap sack of like all your stuff like thrown next after you, narrowly dodging your face. As also Twilight walks out and they're like handing you your possessions, going, "Here you are, ma'am."
I mean, at least they got me my stuff. I didn't have to go get it myself. So I still was like the mission was still a success.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank
you
you
can't
so
go back
much
into that
for
police
that.
station, but
Right. We shall return. Time to investigate this crime scene.
I guess we could move to the next scene.
So, taking your car, or taking Twilight's car out to the New York countryside of where's the place? Where is it called?
As we're
Whitehall.
driving there, I say to Twilight, "So, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do?" So, and like, why did you decide to get involved with this? Don't you have any other hobbies that you like to do?
Well, yes, of course, I do have other hobbies, but this was the job specifically at the request of Mr. Blackwood and his associates. Outside of that time, I do just enjoy doing pottery and arts and crafts and whatnot in my free time. How about yourself?
I like, I guess you could say, money hopping.
I like money. Right, Mr. Krabs.
Right?
But I do occasionally enjoy good singing on the ship or drinking rum or, the old sea whenever it gives. I like pubs.
Pubs?
Yeah.
How fascinating.
We
They're
never
very
actually
nice.
did age. To be fair, actually, I thinking back during the character customization, we should have done that. Would Vela have fought in the Great War?
Yes. But I was like I abandoned the war
You
because
deserted? Oh,
I had a little like spice to the lore.
So you deserted. Let's say like I don't know. Where did you desert from? Were you about to depart for the Great War and you left, or did you fight in some of the battles and then left?
I would say I was fighting, but accidentally killed someone that looked like a kid. So like I didn't want to do it anymore because I didn't care for the war, the fighting. But some people thought I made it up that I I don't know what's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
I ran away because I killed a fellow officer or something, or something like
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's about an hour or two drive away, but you eventually pull up to the Blackwood cabin. Standing in front of you is a small one-story house. Vela, you would know that you've been here before in your childhood. You know that there is 2 bedrooms, a small little kitchen with a large parlor inside this cabin. What do you want to do?
This place is a lot bigger when you're not yay high. From what I remember, is that they normally kept a spare key under the mat.
Well, you'd have been given a key anyway from Joseph Klein.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Then never mind that.
You can still check if the key's there if you want.
Sure. Why not? For the fun sakes.
Yeah, you lift up the mat. There's the same key. It's now got like a bunch of dirt on it and like it doesn't look like it's been picked up for a while.
Memories. It's still there. All right. I guess we can go on in and check it on out. After you, Miss Twilight.
Well, yes, let's take our time to check out this. This is some wonderful new information.
Ah, wait, I stopped right.
And what?
Before we go inside, oops, sorry. Should we check out around the scenery where he was chopping wood to see if we can find any like hidden secrets or clues or something he dropped? Maybe the key's not in the cellar. Maybe it's in the right
Absolutely. Can I scan the area with looking for like any hidden items or anything that we could have missed?
Yeah, sure. Give me either a track or a spot hidden.
All right, I'll do spot hidden.
That's a regular success. Holy crap! You got 75 as your spot hidden. God damn. Yeah, if you want to do one as well, Vela, if you're actively looking around for anything as well, do you want to give me a track or a spot hidden?
Spot hidden. You said tracked or a spot hidden?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's a fail, unfortunately.
Damn, I'm so bad at this.
But while like walking around with Twilight, both of you be able to spot the wooden stump that has got a log on it. It clearly looks withered, as it's been sat there for what you would probably presume to be now 8 months. So it's got like mushrooms starting to grow out of it. It's clearly been used by like a squirrel or something to like sharpen its teeth or whatever squirrels do with logs of wood, I guess. You see, you don't see anywhere around this area. You don't spot an axe to chop this wood, and like you can see off into the distance. You can see other little cabins that. There's like smoke billowing out of them, and people like walking around and like doing their own like little business and living their own lives, kind of thing. You would also see the Blackwood car, Arthur Blackwood's car, although it's got a kind of like a wheel clamp on it. As it's potentially something to be used in the crime. It's been marked as evidence, but obviously there's no way of taking it out, and they're waiting on the proper like rundown of the court case to properly impeach the car and send it away, kind of.
Can I walk up to the car and see if it's open?
The door is locked as you try the handle.
Can I try to pick the lock, or like use my sword to shimmy the lock from the window?
Give me a lockpick roll. We can say that the sword is a pushed roll. If you fail.
Okay. Lockpick. Is that in the skills?
Yes. I believe it's a 1 if you haven't got anything in it.
Let's see. Would that is it locksmith or?
Yeah, it'd be locksmith.
Okay.
Oh, it's 11. Have you put points into it? It's a fail though, unless you want to spend 60 or lock or push
Oh my
it.
goodness. No, it's okay, man. I can't do nothing fun.
So you get like a little hairpin out, and you're like trying to like hit the tumblers in the lock, but it just snaps in your hand.
Damn, I think I'm a little off today. I normally am very good at picking locks. I was just trying to see if there was any secrets in the car that would possibly give us a clue on whether his whereabouts was at the moment, if he was actually cutting logs, or any kind of secrets that would give us a hint. Maybe check the glove compartment if they had that back then.
I would say there's probably a glove compartment.
Yeah.
A prototype of the time glove compartment.
Can I just break the window?
We can do that. Give me I'll allow it, but you'll need to give me a luck roll.
Oh, okay. A lock roll?
A luck roll.
The same one?
No, just your, so on your main sheet there should be one that says luck.
Oh, luck roll. I thought you said lock roll.
Because I'll give you if you fail this luck roll, you are going to get impaled by a shard of glass by smashing it.
Yeah.
That is a success. Okay, so you are able to elbow this this window, and thankfully, when it shatters, you don't get cut or you don't get any shards of glass stuck in you from smashing this window. But you're able to open up the car door from the inside. Then.
See, that's a good way to open up the door. We should have done that from the beginning. I search around. Did you want to kind of use your special abilities to see if you can find anything in here that is worth seeing and noticing that maybe was overlooked?
Why, yes, absolutely. Can we take the time to analyze thoroughly in the car and check, like, if possibly, like, under the seats and things of that matter?
Yeah, certainly. You can give me for anyone that is actively searching this car, give me a spot hidden roll. That is a fail for Vela, unfortunately, but a success for Twilight. So searching around this cabin, Why did I say cabin? This car. You don't find a lot. You see on one of the back seats some withered flowers. You see like Arthur Blackwood's shades in the prototype glove compartment. And you see like some like newspapers from that time stuffed underneath the car seat.
Anything good? Did you find anything useful?
Would this papers include, you said a newspaper, would this happen to include a bit more information as to Mr. Blackwood's case?
I won't need a roll for this. Unfortunately not.
Okay.
It's just like sort of stuff that's happened around that time.
Okay.
Cats getting stuck in trees. The local baseball team won
Mm-hmm.
like by a landslide, and so there was a massive there was like celebrations for that
Mm-hmm.
and all that, like general just gossip in newspapers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's not much of anything that we can do with what we have here, so
Well, it was worth a shot. I guess we should just go inside now.
yeah. Time to look further into it, and maybe the scene of the crime will help get some more answers here for us.
We finally walked back around the house to the front door
To the front.
and unlocked the door.
Perfect. I will say, opening it up, you open up into the large parlor. You see in front of you a rug, some chairs dotted around, and like a bookcase in the corner. There's a little hallway that leads down the hall into what you can clearly see as the kitchen, and then on either side being flanked by a door.
As I walk into the house, I get a flashback of my youth running around with my cousins in this giant mansion. Oh my goodness! I want to play dollies!
Yeah, you get like flashbacks of like stuff that's happened, in your past, and like gentle memories flood back to you.
I touch my head. It's like, I didn't think I would really care about this place still. But somehow I am still sentimental to it all. I walk down towards the kitchen. I'm
I'd
walking
say
past everything.
in the kitchen, there's not really much of interest. There was not really little like food, just general knickknacks, small boxes and jars.
Rum.
You do
I will take
find
that.
2 lanterns covered in a thick layer of dust.
What about the rum?
You can't find any rum up here, unfortunately. We are still in the what's the word? The ban on alcohol.
Why is the rum always gone? Jesus.
So you couldn't find any of that, unfortunately.
Well, this scene of crime would have gone well with the rum. I guess I will have to do my best thinking without it.
Yeah, the prohibition is still in order, or it's still full swing. Yeah, you find 2 lanterns if you want to take them. I would say, Vela, you'd remember probably as a little kid looking into the cellar, because your family members were like probably bringing in some like firewood for the long winters. You distinctly remember there being no light down there, or little to no light.
I get another flashback. You go down there. No, you go down there. It's scary. You're chicken. You're chicken. I am no chicken. I am the great Captain Vela. I'll go down there. Tomorrow.
I would remember, like, you are like starting to remember like the stories that were told like about the genie in the cellar, and the campfire stories that came from that. Like, don't go down there alone. The genie will get you. Except like stuff like that. So
From what I remember as a small lass, I remember that it's actually kind of pitch dark down there, so we might want to take these lanterns when we do travel down there. But I guess we should check out the living room. Did it happen in the living room?
the large parlor, yes. What were you gonna say, Twilight? Sorry.
Oh no, you're okay. I was just going to say, yeah. Is there any way we could get like some lighting to help see, or can we track any is there any necessary tracking I should do for this area?
No roll required. I'd say like next to the oil lanterns, you'd probably have a means of like lighting them.
Okay.
So you'd either have like an old-fashioned lighter or a box of matchsticks.
I have my
Oh,
lighter.
Vela, do you have a lighter we can use to light these lanterns?
Yeah, I guess we can. But
Phenomenal.
I think I want to check out the parlor before we go down to the cellar.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So
We
yeah,
walk to the scene of the crime and start looking around.
going back to the parlor, you notice the front door's still open from you entering. There are some sofas in here that, due to the 8 months of no activity, are caked in dust. In fact, everything in this room seems untouched for quite some time.
Man, this room is so goddamn big and full of stuff. I don't know what makes my cousin like a lot of this tacky stuff. I pull out a book with my holding up with my 2 fingers, just like reading. God, I don't understand the pastime of it, but it is something that he always did care to do in his youth. Of I guess just every time we were trying to play, he just wanted to read a book. And I drop the book, go over there, they'll close the door and lock the door as well.
All right. You would know that the access to the cellar is underneath the rug in the parlor. It's not like its own separate door. There's a set of ladders that lead down to the actual cellar itself.
So is there anything in this room that we should be aware of, like, or anything in particular? Is there still blood stains everywhere, or
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay. God,
That's
I'm
an
gonna need
80,
to
which
stop.
is a fail, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that because I'm never good at it.
I'd say you take the time to roll up the rug and like put it on one of the side of the rooms. You can kind of see like parts of the wood that seem a bit more aged than others, but no terms of like blood splatter or dried blood or anything.
Because is it like just isn't that like you said it's the cellar's hidden under a rug?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know my cousin so well, and because he was just so secretive, I remember the cellar was down here.
As you lift up the trapdoor, what you see is a ladder that leads down into a very dark place. The only light that is like illuminating it, like the front shell, through the trapdoor, you can see like a bunch of like different shelves and stuff. But the light up here is the only light that's illuminating the cellar below.
I take a book and drop it down below to see how far it goes.
Not too far. And it lands on the floor, and it kind of very like it's not a loud thud, but it's definitely you can hear the book like thud like a second later.
Well, I guess there's no traps, no nothing that we need to be alarmed of. Just being precautious. Just from an old pirate and all that jazz. I guess we should head on down. I take out my lighter and light the lamps for us as we ladies first.
All right.
Well, yes, let's get going.
I will share with you the cellar. And for this instance, I'm actually going to pull your characters in as well. So when you're wanting to investigate certain areas, I can like tell you if you find anything in.
Yeah. I have been here many times, but this is the first time I'm coming down to this cellar because it is just as weird and creepy as I remember.
Mm-hmm.